إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم. Our book is Ad-Durar al-Bahiyya fi al-Masail al-Fiqhiyya by Imam Shawkani rahimahullah Muhammad ibn Ali. Imam Shawkani, his name was Muhammad ibn Ali. He was from the scholars of Yemen. He has summarized Masail al-Fiqhiyya for us in a way that it will be easy for everybody to understand. Fortunately, the Imam was not upon any specific madhab. He would take whatever the Quran and the Hadith says, as long as the Hadith is authentic. He would not say in our own madhab, no. He will make tarjih. He will give preponderance to evidence to choose his views. So the book is a very useful book to learn fiqh. We are on Kitab janaiz, the chapter about the matters of burial. We explained all of these from the beginning. The first chapter the first section under that was the matters regarding issues about At-Tasfiyah before the individual passes away. We call them Ahkam al was the first bab under this chapter. He said, Min as-sunnati iyadatul marid. From the sunnah is to visit a person who is ill. We affirm to us that the ruling about iyadatul marid is that it is wajibah. It is compulsory. Someone is ill, we have a duty to visit him. وَتَلْقِينُ الْمُحْتَضَرِ الشَّهَادَتَيْنِ. Al-Muhtadar, the person that his time of death has come to him. تَلْقِينُهُ الشَّهَادَتَيْنِ. It is from the sunnah to tell him to say, قُلْ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا. Say La ilaha illallah. We should tell him to say it. We explain the rulings around that. وَتَوْجِيهُ الْمُحْتَضَرِ is to make a person who is passing away on the sick bed to face the Qibla. تَوْجِيهُ, make him turn in the direction of the Qibla. In those classes, we explain how exactly you'll be facing the Qibla. Then we mention وَتَغْمِيتُهُ إِذَا مَاتَ. تَغْمِيتُ عَيْنِ الْمَيِّتِ is that when a person who dies finally has the soul go out of his body, is tabi'atul ayn. His ayn will follow the soul as it goes away. Because the last place from where the nafs, the ruh will go away from the individual is his mouth. It will start from the feet. That's why when a child is very ill, and the parents are afraid, you see that they always touch the legs. Why? Death will start from the legs. The soul will begin to be withdrawn from the leg. So when you touch the leg, you will see that life has gone out of the leg. So even if he's still breathing, the parents feel uncomfortable that this boy has gone, or girl, as the case may be. So the last place from where the soul goes out of the body is the mouth. So as it goes out, the mouth, the eyes follow it, looking at it as it goes away. So that makes it that when a person just dies, the eyes will be opened. So when we come there, we make the middle aim. We drop the eyes. Because if you don't drop the eyes will remain like that. When you close it, it will not close. So the first thing those who are around him will do is that when the soul finally leaves him, you make tabmeed. You rub your hand on his face to close his eyes. All of these that I'm saying, we have discussed them in great serious details with the nusus that is connected to them. I am easily distracted by noises. You have two options. Make that child to be silent or take him to the women at the back. Make that boy or girl to be silent or you take him to the women at the back. Whatever noise comes from women, we don't regard it, we disregard it. But here, I don't want to hear a noise to be distracting my attention. Take that child to the women at the back, or make him keep quiet, or her. So I'm sure we understand what Tadmeedu Ayn al-Mayit. He has stopped to become Muhtadar because by that time he has already died. Muhtadar is the one that death has come to him. But by the time we need to make that deed, he has already died. Then it says, وَقِرَاءَةُ يَاسِينَ عَلَيْهِ. We mentioned the scholars of Hadith who said that reading Surah to Yasin on a person that is passing away, it lacks any proof. So the Hadith on it is not Sahih. One of them was Al-Imam Ad-Darqutni, he said so. Al-Imam Ibn al-Qattan al-Fasi, he said so. Al-Imam Ibn al-Mulaqin, he said so. And others. That the hadith that says when a person is passing away, read Yasin in his presence. That hadith lacks proof. So this view by Imam Shawkani rahimahullah is inappropriate. It's a weak view. But he took that view because he took the hadith to be sahih. There are some scholars who did that, but that view of theirs is a weak view. The hadith is da'if. So the ruling is inappropriate. I hope that it is clear. وَالْمُبَادَرَةُ بِتَجْهِيزِهِ وَالْمُبَادَرَةُ بِتَجْهِيزِهِ إِلَّا لِتَجْوِيزِ الْحَيَاةِ أو إِلَّا لِتَجْوِيزِ حَيَاتِهِ. الْمُبَادَرَةُ بِتَجْهِيزِهِ, hastening to quickly prepare him. Once he finally dies, we make haste to quickly prepare this corpse. The Prophet ﷺ told us, he said, Asri'u bil janaza, make haste. So the umum loves of this hadith Asri'u, make haste, be quick. But that our quickness, Ash-Shawkani rahimahullah, the Imam, he said, Illa litajwizi hayati, except when we are waiting that life, it should properly relax after death. We want to be sure that he has actually died. He took his last breath, so he's relaxed. Perhaps you go and invite a doctor, come and see him, so that the doctor pronounces the person dead before we start others. Otherwise, we should make al-mubadara, quick. Litajhizi, to prepare him. To prepare him for what? For his own journey that he will continue. So we make haste to prepare him for his journey. So that if he has goodness, like the Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, we make him quickly go and meet his goodness. And if he's upon evil, we are not keeping evil to ourselves. Why? We have to prepare him to go. So he said, wal mubadara to be tajhizi, mubadara, making haste quick to prepare him. So the preparation will include ghasluhu, washing him, takfiruhu, wrapping him, dafnuhu, burying him, preparing him. That tajhiz, it has some things under it. From it is what? Ghasluhu, al-tagsilu, if you like, washing that corpse. Then after that, takfin, putting kafan on him, wrapping him. The third thing about that is what? Dafnu. Before dafnuhu, nusalli alayhi. So 4 things. When we prepare a corpse, how many things are we doing? 4. The first one is what? Ghasluhu, we wash him. Out of the seal, washing him. The second one is what? Takfinu, wrapping him. The third one is what? As-salatu alayhi. I was not mentioning salat. Salatu alayhi. What if we bury him, we have not observed salah? The ulama say we can observe that salah for him, on his graveside. We go to his graveside, we make the salah on him. You know, salatul janaza is different from other salawat. This is one of the ways it is different, because it is not a salat that is zatul ruku'i was sujud. It does not have ruku', nor does it have what? Sujud. But those salawat that have ruku' and sujud, we cannot make them in a maqbarah. The salatu that are zawatu ruku'i was sujud, we cannot make them in a maqbarah, in a graveyard. But if the salah, like salatul janaza like this, it does not have ruku', it does not have sujud. So we can observe that salah. The Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, he made salatul janaza on that woman, the black slave woman who used to keep his masjid clean. He asked, where is she? They said that the woman had died. Radiyallahu anha. He asked, so where is she? He said, we have buried her. Alayhi salatu say, why did you not tell me that she had died? Where did you bury her? Yeah, come and show me. He went with him. He made salatul janaza for her. So salatul janaza, we can make it on a person even though we had buried the person. How about the ghusl, washing him? What if a person became buried? Maybe all the brothers came, they found the person wrapped already in the house. So they thought that he had been given ghusl. It was after the burial. Somebody said, Ikhwan, did you bath him? Say, no. We say he's already. Say, no, we have not bathed him. The ulama say should be exhumed. We will bring him out. We will bring out the cups for Salatul for cups, washing him for the Tasfiyah. Illa, except we fear that the cups will become dismembered. That is when we leave. But if we don't fear that, we just buried him yesterday. By today, we can still remove him, give him a bath, and then bury him again. So that makes us understand how important Ghuslul Mayyit is. And that is where our lesson today will commence. Because inshallah we have Faslun, and this Faslun is Faslu Ghuslul Mayyit. The chapter about giving birth to a person, bathing a person, ghusl for a person who has died. We said that when the person dies, we have 4 things to do on him. To prepare him. The first thing is what? Ghusluhu, bathing him. The second thing is what? Takfinuhu, wrapping him. The third thing is what? As-salatu alayhi, observing the salat on him. And the fourth thing is what? Dafnuhu, burying him. All of these is what is referred to as al-janaza. And the Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, asri'u bil-janaza. Be quick. Oh yeah, all these things. Oh yeah. There is no delay. Because the mind will be delayed, but there shouldn't be delay. So the sunnah is not to delay. It's to make it quick. That's why many of the scholars of sunnah, when they die, they write it. Don't delay me, just let me go. Al-Qamah to Ibn Waqas, from amongst the students of the companions, specifically Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, he deliberately wrote it down. He says, when I'm dying, وَجِّهُونِ الْكِبْلَةِ, turn me in the direction of the Qibla. وَأَسْرِعُوا بِجَنَازَتِي, make haste. Do it quickly. Quicken my burial. So quickening the burial is very important. So the first thing to do is Ghuslul Mayyit, washing the corpse, giving him a bath. And usually, when we started this discussion, I was saying is that these things are things that everybody should plan to know, because it can happen to you or to the next person near you. Some of the issues we hope to discuss today, inshallah, will be under this. A woman dies in a place where only brothers are there. What are they going to do to her? Or a man dies in a place where only women are there. What are they going to do to him? None of the women is his sister. None of the women is his wife. What are they going to do to him? Will they give him a bath? Or a brother dies. The only person that is there is his mother. Will she give him a bath if she's able to? Is it lawful? What if it is the other way around? A woman dies, her husband is not there, but her father is there and her brother. Can they give her a bath? All of these things, we must know the rulings of the Sharia about them, because it can be anybody. There is no death that respects anybody. Nobody is anything in front of death. Death will kill you, like it will kill all of us. When the people of Makkah used to harass the Messenger والسلام, to say that, hey, you, we will kill you. Allah says, say to them, Innaka mayyitun wa innahum mayyitun. Yes, Muhammad will die. They too, they will die. And that's why he said to all of us, Aina ma taqumu, wherever you may be, yudrikkumul maut. Death will catch. Look at Iraq. Yudrikkum. It will catch you. It's like it is coming behind you, pursuing you. It will reach where you are. He said, وَإِن كُنْتُمْ فِي بُرُوجٍ مُشَيَّدَةٍ. If you like, go to skyscraper. Build a fence for that skyscraper up. Death will come there. So if this is the reality, and I usually say to our brothers, this death It is for everybody. Everybody. Nobody can escape it. So from preparing for death is all of this that we are trying to learn. Last week, Wednesday, stroke Thursday, one of us, one of the women, pregnant. Her husband was in the house. At 10:30, he was announcing that Sheikh Fawzan was appointed Hafizahullah as the new Mufti of the Mamlaka. By 2 a.m., the husband who was sleeping near her had passed away, had died. So you see now, those issues of Taghmiduhu, covering his face, who will do it for her? Who? In the middle of the night, who was there to do it for her? She will do it by herself. What if she does not now know what to do? Or she knew what to do, but she was overwhelmed with emotions. So it is very necessary for us to learn and know these things, be ready. So she has to cover his face, drop his 2 eyes. He was not fighting anybody. He was not shot. He was not stabbed. Just slept and then he died. Stretch his body. From the things we had read, wat-Tasfiyah. What does At-Tasfiyah mean? Covering him up with a long cloth. Before that, ikhwa, remove the cloth that he was wearing. Before you put a long cloth on him. So that when those who come to give him bath come, because at that time his body is still soft. You can remove the buba and shokoto and maybe the undies and all that men wear. You remove all that. And then you stretch his body. You cover his face, put his hands by his side, put his legs together. That is what Allah said to us when He said, وَالْتَفَّتِ السَّاقُ بِالسَّاقِ. So you put the legs together. If you have a small rubber band, you use the 2 toes. Put the 2 toes together, put a rubber band. It will hold the 2 toes and it will hold the rest of the body together. Then you get a long ashobora or blanket, you cover him up. This is the first job. It can happen when nobody is there. Like this poor woman. May Allah help her. Miskina. She's just on her own. But, like we said, the way it will be for the wife of a billionaire, that is the way it will be for the wife of Talib al-Ilm. So she must know what to do. And the same thing can come to be for a man too. Al-Imam al-Albani rahimahullah, it happened to him like this. He was in his house with his wife. In the middle of the night, the woman died. Sheikh Samir al-Zuhairi hafizahullah told me, not on the phone, face to face, he said by the next morning when they came for Janaza, Al-Imam al-Albani had prepared his wife. He had bathed her, he had prepared her, wrapped her, waiting for Salat. So it can come the other way around. So last Wednesday it was that woman, Osman Ko. On another time it can be the man. But the issue that it is still death, that is what is constant. If it comes to the man, what came to him? Death. If it was the woman, what came to her? Death. Abu Fatima too, something similar to that. On a similar day like that, Wednesday stroke Thursday, Abu Fatima, Zayd, may Allah forgive her. She was pregnant, heavily. We were together, hardcore like that, Wednesday night. By the Thursday morning, the news was too bad. It was a sad one. Subhanallah, that woman has passed away. She was pregnant. So the other type, the other style was the one that happened. The man passed away, the woman was alive. So, ikhwa, it is very necessary for us to know these rulings because it can be just anybody. And there is no time that anybody was given for his own death. It is just when it comes. Allahumma ahsin akibatana fil umuri kulliha wa ajirna min khizyi dunya wa adhabil akhirah. ربنا اغفر لنا ولإخواننا الذين سبقونا بالإيمان ولا تجعل في قلوبنا غلا للذين آمنوا ربنا إنك رؤوف رحيم. الإمام الشوكاني said رحمه الله ويجب غسل الميت المسلم على الأحياء. ويجب غسل الميت المسلم على الأحياء والقريب أولى بالقريب إذا كان من جنسه. القريب أولى بالقريب إذا كان من جنسه وأحد الزوجين بالآخر. وأحد الزوجين بالآخر. Abu Naasir, where is your book? Look at it. Where is your book? Sit down properly. وأحد الزوجين بالآخر ويكون الغسل ثلاثا أو خمسا أو أكثر بماء وسدر وفي الآخرة كافور وتقدم الميامن ولا يغسل الشهيد. يجب غسل الميت المسلم على الأحياء. This is the first matter we will address, inshallah. What is the ruling of bathing the Muslim? Is it mustahab or is it wajib? This ghusl, is it wajibun aw mandubun? والقريب أولى بالقريب إذا كان من جنسه. A kind, a relative, والقريب أولى بالقريب. A relative has a bigger right. He has a bigger duty on his head regarding his brother. The nearer they are, the bigger the right. The nearer they are to themselves in terms of their lineage and family, the bigger the right. Meaning that a man has more rights to bath his brother than the imam of their masjid. Is this clear? When my daddy died, myself and one of my friends, we gave him the bath, ghusl, and the imam of our masjid. We had one man, he has died too. We used to call him Baba Baraka. May Allah forgive him. You know those old men who do things that we, the young men, we used to joke with him a lot. So someone was asking that he has not come to our house to give birth to my father. He said, Alhaji Abdul Rauf has children who will give birth to, who will bath him, not me. He said, his children will bath him, not me. So that is Al-Qaribu Awla Bil-Qarib. The children have a bigger right to bath their father. A brother has a bigger right to bath his brother. A nephew has a bigger right to bath his cousin or his uncle, like that, than the rest of the people who are not connected to them by lineage or who are a bit farther away. So the closer, the more the right. إذا كان من جنسه. There are two conditions connected to that. But Al-Imam Shawkani only mentioned one. That first condition is that إِذَا كَانَ مِنْ جِنْسِهِ. If that relative is his kind in terms of being a male or a female. If it is kind, that is, a brother has a bigger right to back his brother, Abi. The son has a bigger right to back his father, Abi. Okay, how about the father and the daughter? They are close, Abi. But can the father just give back to his daughter? Can he just bath his daughter? If there are women who can bath the girl, no. So the awlawiyya will change. Why? Because there are other women who can bath her. I'm already saying the answer, but we are coming there. A father cannot bath his daughter if there are women who can do it. A father cannot give the baths or ritual baths of janaiz to his daughter if there are women who can do it. That was why when Zainab died, when Kulsum, radiallahu anhu, all of them, when they died, the Prophet called women to give them baths, and he was their father. He did not give Zainab baths. He did not give Kulsum baths. He called the women who would come and do it. That was as in the hadith that we shall come to repeatedly under this chapter, the hadith of Atiyah radiyallahu anha in Sahih al-Bukhari and Muslim. So he said, وَالْقَرِيبُ أَوْلَى بِالْقَرِيبِ. A relative is having a bigger right regarding his relative as far as that thing is concerned. They have the bigger rights regarding it. That is as long as إِذَا كَانَ مِنْ جِنْسِهِ. If he is his type, that is, if he's a fellow man like him, or a woman like him. So a sister has a bigger right to bath her sister. A daughter has a bigger right to bath her mother. But how about between brother and sister? You see now, their own case is as long as there are women who can give the woman her baths, and as long as there are brothers who can give the brother his baths, the sister cannot bath the brother too cannot bath the sister. Is this clear to us? Why? As long as there are men who will bath a man, and as long as there are women who will give the bath to a woman, both the brother and the sister do not have this kind of a right. Do we understand? The same thing the son to his mother. As long as there are women who can do it, then the woman will be given bath by the women. Likewise, as long as there are men who can do it, the men, they will give bath to that their relative. So this ruling is only restricted to إِذَا كَانَ مِنْ جِنْسِهِ. If the person who died is the kind of the brother or is the kind of the sister. If it's the kind of the sister, then that's a woman, Abi. Then the sister has more rights. If it's a man who died, means he means a man like him, then his brother has a legal right to give him the baths. The second condition that Al-Imam Shawkani did not mention here, إِذَا كَانَ عَالِمًا بِأَحْكَامِ ذَلِكِ بِأَحْكَامِ الْغُسْلِ. That is, if he knows the ruling of that ghusl. If it's his brother, but he does not know the ruling of, he has no bigger right over others who are not his brothers, but they know the rulings. Is this clear to us? It's a second condition he should give, but he did not mention. We are coming back to it. I always say it, no matter your knowledge, no matter, I always say, mention anybody, human being, no matter what you do. We'll praise the book, a big book, a nice book, is this, is that. It does not mean there are no issues that you should have added this one, or you should not have put this one, or this one that he said was not correct. That was what Al-Imam Malik said, rahimahullah. He said, all of us, yukhadhu minna wa yurad. You take from us, you throw some away from what you take from us. The only person who does not have that is who? Rasulullah. So nobody, Ikhwa, don't allow anybody to give you one impression one day that whatever I say, nobody run you. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. You are deceiving yourself. And you are deceiving those who are accepting what you are saying. You will just say your own. You say, Akulu ma akulu hada. Wa astaghfirullah li wa lakum. You stop here. Or you say, this is what is clear to me. You present your evidence. But that, hey, me, what I said, nobody is like that. Nobody. So here there should be two conditions. He mentioned only one. It's usul. It is ibadun nujah. Scholars call that. Rahimahumullah. وَيَجِبُ غَسْلُ الْمَيِّتِ الْمُسْلِمِ عَلَى الْأَحْيَاءِ. Washing the dead corpse of a Muslim. يَجِبُ عَلَى الْأَحْيَاءِ. It is compulsory upon the rest of us who are alive. When Abu Usman passed away, may Allah forgive him, it was compulsory on the rest of us who are alive to give him a bath. He said, Rahimahullah, وَالْقَرِيبُ أَوْلَى بِالْقَرِيبِ. And the relatives are with a bigger right to bath their relatives. إِذَا كَانَ مِنْ جِنْسِهِ. If that relative is the kind of the person who died, if it's a male like him or a female like him, and he has the knowledge of the rulings on Ghaslul Mayyit, فَهُوَ أَوْلَى مِنْ غَيْرِهِ. He has a bigger right to give that dead person his ghusl of janaza than other than him. Then he said, Rahimahullah, وَأَحَدُ الزَّوْجَيْنِ. Either of the spouse, either of the husband and wife, either of them, bil akhari, he has a bigger right to bath the other one than any other person. The husband has a bigger right to bath his wife than any other person. The wife, ummahat, they have the right to bath a man than any other person. The wife bathing the man also bathing their rights. They are bathing his wife. A man has a bigger right to bath his wife when the woman dies. Like Abu Usman passed away, the wife had a bigger right to bath him. When Zayd passed away, Abu Fatima had a bigger right to bath her than any other person, whether there are women or not. The man had a bigger right to bath his wife. The wife had a bigger right to bath the husband. He said, Rahimahullah, وَيَكُونُ الْغَسْلُ ثَلَاثًا. The bathing will be three types. يَكُونُ الْغَسْلُ ثَلَاثًا. The bathing will be three times. أَوْ خَمْسَةً, or 5 times. أَوْ أَكْثَرَ, or more. بِمَاءٍ وَسِتْرٍ. For each of these 3, or 5, or 7, or more, each of them will be bima'in wa sitrin, with water and sidr. I hope we know the sidr leaf. If it were possible for me to carry the tree, I would have brought the tree here because it's the only tree inside my house. I have one big cedar tree like this, big. We always cut it. It grows into our neighbor's place, we go and cut it. Big cedar tree like this. If someone passes away, you need cedar leaves, come and meet me, I will give you. Fresh cedar leaves. The leaves of that tree, the tree is there round the calendar year. Fresh cedar is there round the calendar year, fresh. So if you are bathing a corpse, you need to put these cedar leaves in the water. You mix with the water, you roll. Put a lot of cedar leaves. You can grind it, you can melt whatever. Put these leaves in the water. Bima'in wa sidrin. That is what you'll be using to wash the cups. Whether 3 times or 5 times or 7 times or aksa. Lakin la budda an yakuna witran. It must be odd. Depending on how you find the necessity, we are coming back to all of this. So you are bathing, you washing the first time, you say, there is something. You clean that thing. How do you clean it? We'll explain. So you clean, you wash. You get the water again, you put the cedar inside it, you mix it, you wash again. وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ كَافُورٌ. And fil akhirah, yani fil marratil akhirah, the last one. Meaning, if you are washing 3 times, the 3rd one. If you are washing 5 times, the 5th one. If you wash the 5th one, you still notice something. You wash a 6th time with ma'u and cedar, with water and cedar, then the 7th one, which you are planning will be your last one. That was when you add kafur to that water of cedar. It is not kafur and water alone, no. It is ma'un wa cedar that you are using, ko. It is this ma'un and cedar that you add what? Kafur. The scholars say if you don't find cedar, that's what you'll be talking about, some soap and other things like that, disinfectant, like things like soap. So when there is no cedar, then you look for badi. We will come back to that hadith. So he said, rahimahullah, وَتُقَدَّمُ الْمَيَامِنِ. Al-mayamin is the plural of maymana, right hand side. تُقَدَّمُ الْمَيَامِنِ. You wash first the right sides. The scholars say that is when you are pouring the water. But when it is washing the limbs of wudu, because these 2 things you are doing together, you wash the limbs of wudu, then after that you pour the water. When you are now pouring the water, تُقَدِّمُ الْمَيَامِنِ, you pour the water on the right sides first. So when on the head, the right side of the head, then the left side of the head. Then you come down to his beard. When you want to pour the water on his shoulder, you start, and the right hand, you start like that, with this side. And then you come back to this side. And then you go down. When you wash his buttocks, this side, then this side. The right, then the left. When you go down a little bit, the right knees and the laps, you wash it. And then the left. You know now he's lying down on his back. So you go down from the knees again to the ankle and the feet. Right side. Then you come back again to the left side. When you want to move him a bit to wash his back, where do you also start from? The right side. So how do you move him? You move him so that his left side is on the ground. The right side is up. So you can wash the right side. That is part of taqdeemul mayam. You put him on the ground gently. Then you raise the left side again. You wash his left side. That is part of taqdeemul mayam. Before that washing of the left, where have you washed? The right. So and then the legs again. That is one washing. You now see that when I was washing, there's some place you start again with water and cedar. Don't forget, it must be like he said, rahimahullah, وَيَكُونُ الْغَسْلُ ثَلَاثًا أَوْ خَمْسًا أَوْ سَبْعًا أَوْ أَكْثَرَ مِنْ ذَلِكَ بِمَاءٍ وَسِدْرٍ. In all of these, it will be with water and cedar. وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ كَافُورٌ. So in the last of these numbers, you add kafur to it. You know what is kafur? Camphor. Whitish like this. It is used to pursue insects. It is taken from a tree. And there is one that is synthetic from a chemical. They can synthesize the camphor from a chemical. So whichever of them that you get, as far as it is kafur, it can be used. You now add that kafur, you add it to that water of what? Sidr, for the cleaning the last time. If you can't find kafur, you can add some perfume. If you can't find kafur, you can add some perfume. The last one, the last washing. And then you wash with the sidr and water. Don't forget, there is no washing that is without sidr. There is no washing that does not have sidr in it. All the washings have sidr together with it. He said, Rahimahullah, وَلَا يُغَسَّلُ الشَّهِيدِ. Those who die on the battlefield of jihad, la yughassalu, they are not washed. So when we wash, we don't wash those who went for jihad and died on the battlefield. We don't wash them. Those shuhada, we don't wash them. The people that we can even wash, there is, like the Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, al-mabtun shahid. The one who died from a stomach ache is shahid. The woman who dies while delivering a baby, she's shahid. The ulama say these people are shuhada hukman. The real shaheed is the one who died on the battle of jihad. That is the one that will not be washed. As for all others, they will be washed. So if a woman dies from child bearing now, delivery, she will be washed. If a person dies al-gharib, he dies inside water, he drowned, he will be washed. He died inside an inferno, fire burning, he will be washed. He died in house collapse. All of these the Prophet mentioned them alayhi salatu wasalam as shuhada. But their being shuhada is hukmi, is in the ruling. But in terms of how we handle their janaza, they are different from the shaheed who died on the battlefield of jihad with kuffar. Those ones, their blood will come as musk, sweet smelling perfumes on the day of Qiyamah. We will not bath those ones. The shaheed or shuhada. So that was why he said, Wala yughassalu shaheed. The shaheed who dies on the battlefield of jihad, la yughassalu. He will not be washed. I hope that these matters are clear. Let us now look for the evidences regarding each of these matters, inshallah. Imam Shawkani said, Rahimahullah, وَيَجِبُ غَسْلُ الْمَيِّتِ الْمُسْلِمِ عَلَى الْأَحْيَاءِ. It is compulsory to wash or washing the Muslim who dies, the dead Muslim, washing him. يَجِبُ عَلَى الْأَحْيَاءِ. It is compulsory upon those of us who are alive. There are two major narrations, hadiths, that the ulama have employed as the evidence for this. The first of them is the hadith of Abdullah ibn Abbas, radiyallahu anhuma. He said, radiyallahu anhuma, بينما رجل واقف بعرفة. The companions were in Arafah, a man was standing. إذ وقع عن راحلته فوقصته. He fell down from his camel and the camel killed him. There's a kick of the camel that kills. It kicks with a back feet. The donkey also has it. The man died. رضي الله عنه. وقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. At that the Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, اغسلوه بماء وسدر. This is the evidence. اغسلوه بماء وسدر. I'll stop here because of that. That hadith occurs in Sahih Bukhari and Muslim. The Prophet gave that command, اغسلوه, wash him, give him ghusl. اغسلوه بماء وسدر. Wash the man with water and what? And sidr. So all the washing that you will do, it must be with water and what? Unless you can't find sidr. When you can find sidr, washing the dead corpse involves using water and sidr. Because here also that command of ghusl, it came together with what you will use. That hadith occurs in Sahih Bukhari. The second hadith that shows that it is compulsory is the hadith of Atiyah radiyallahu anha. This woman was from the women of Medina radiyallahu anha. But she went to Basra. Her son had gone for jihad. They'd gone deep into the Asian subcontinent for jihad, vis-a-vis. She was in Medina. So she got information that the boy had come back to Basra. Vis-a-vis where they went, Basra was near. So she left Medina to come to see the boy, her son. She was coming to see the son. A day before she arrived, the son died in Basra. So now she was in Basra, Atiyah. And that's why this hadith, you will see that those who reported it from her were from the scholars of Basra, like Muhammad ibn Sirin, Kana Basriya, like Hafsa, his sister, she was from the scholars of Basra. Those who reported this hadith from Atiyah were Basri. Why? And Atiyah was Madaniyah. You see the scholars of hadith, the woman was Madaniyah, from the people of Medina. How come those who reported the hadith were Basriyun? That is what you are hearing. So a day to the day she arrived Basra, her son died. But when she was alive, when she was in Al-Madinah, when the Prophet was alive, alayhi salatu, one of the things Atiyah did radiyallahu anha was bathing dead women. She always gives birth to dead women. So when Zainab, the daughter of the Prophet, died, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the Prophet called her. She said, radiyallahu anha, matat ihda banatin nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. One of the girls, one of the daughters of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam died. فَأَرْسَلَ إِلَيْنَا. So the Prophet called for us. He sent for us. مَاتَتْ إِحْدَى بَنَاتِ النَّبِيِّ صلى الله عليه وسلم فَأَرْسَلَ إِلَيْنَا. One of the daughters of the Prophet died, so he called us. Come. This woman, she was not alone on that job. There were 4 of them who partook in this event. Because she said, radiyallahu anha, dakhala alayna an-nabiy sallallahu alayhi wa sallam wa nahnu nagsilu ibnatahu. The Prophet came to us while we were giving birth to his daughter. That was after he had invited them. They came and they started giving the bath. The instruction now was when he came, after they had arrived. So dakhala alayna, we, how many were they? They were 4 in number. Al-Hafiz ibn Hajar traced their names. The first one was this woman, Atiyah radiyallahu anha. The second person who was there was Asma bint Umays, the wife of who at that time? Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiyallahu anha. That was the wife of Ja'far who died. Abu Bakr as-Siddiq married her. When Abu Bakr as-Siddiq died, she was the one who gave birth to Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. take it as part of the evidence that a woman will bath her husband. When Abu Bakr died, it was this woman. She took a training from who? From who? The Messenger alayhi salatu. So when Abu Bakr Siddiq died, she was the one who gave the bath to Abu Bakr Siddiq. Bint Umays. So she was the second person together with Atiyah. There was a woman, Safiya bint Abdul Muttalib. That is one of the aunts of the Prophet Muhammad. Aunts of the Prophets. Alayhi salatu wasalam. It means she would be a paternal aunt. To who? To Zainab, who died. The third woman who was there was a woman called Layla bint Qanif. Layla bint Qanif as-Saqafiyya. Layla bint Qanif as-Saqafiyya. She was the fourth woman who was present. These are the things we know about the Sahabiyat. If not for incidents like this, you will not hear about them. They were always secluded. They were not on TikTok or public like this. They are secluded. If not for things like this, I never knew this woman until this event. Layla bint Qanif as-Saqafiyya. She was a companion. So they are not hara. Everybody. They say that sister is very popular. Oh woman, when they say that you are popular, it's a mistake for you. The righteous Muslim woman is not a popular woman. Everybody knows her. All men know her. May Allah protect all of you. So Atiyah said, radiyallahu anha, دخل علينا النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. The Prophet came to us. Who are they? We know them now. Go. Atiyah and who? Asma bint Umays and who? Safiya bint Abdul Muttalib and who? Layla bint Qanif as-Saqafiyya. So these were the four women who gave birth to the daughter of the Prophet Zainab radiyallahu anhu. وَنَحْنُ نَغْسِلُ ابْنَتَهُ زَيْنَبَ. When he came, we were washing his daughter Zainab. فَقَالَ, then the Prophet said alayhi salatu wasalam, اغْسِلْنَهَا ثَلَاثًا. Wash her 3 times. Wash her. He gave a command. اغْسِلْنَهَا ثَلَاثًا. Wash her 3 times. This statement, اغْسِلْنَهَا, was a command to a group of women. اغْسِلْنَهَا. Wash her. It's a command. And the basic rule about commands is that it is compulsory to follow the commands. So the first evidence is the hadith of Ibn Abbas, when the Prophet said, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, "Tughsilu bima'in wasit." The second evidence is when he said to the women that what? "Ighsilnaha salah." The first one told us what do we use. Look at this ummah. What will they use? Bima'in wasit. The second one told us how many times. So these 2 hadiths is enough for most of what we have discussed. So, and they show both of them by his giving them the command. Ighsilu, that is men. Ighsilnaha, wash her. This is a command to them. Al-Imam Ibn Hazm rahimahullah, he said, فأمر صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم بغسلها. فأمر النبي صلى الله. That is فأمر عليه السلام بغسلها. So the Prophet commanded that his daughter Zainab should be washed. وأمره فرض ما لم يخرجه عن الفرض نص آخر وأمره فرض. The Prophet gave them a command: wash her or wash him, as is in the first hadith. It says وَأَمْرُهُ فَرْدٌ. And when he gives a command, that means that it is what? Compulsory. مَا لَمْ يُخْرِجْهُ عَنِ الْفَرْضِ نَصٌّ آخَرٌ. As long as another text does not remove it from obligation. وَلَا خِلَافَ فِي أَنَّ حُكْمَ الرَّجْلِ. And there is no difference regarding the fact that the ruling for a man, وَالْمَرْأَةِ سَوَاءٌ, the ruling for a man and the ruling for a woman, they are what? They are the same. So if it is just that first hadith of Ibn Abbas that Siluhu bima in wasidri, it is sufficient as evidence. If it is the hadith of Atiyah alone that we have, it suffices as evidence for what? That it is compulsory. That was a command, and his commands are compulsory. Illa li nafsil akhar. So there is no difference whether it's a man the instruction came or to the woman. The ulama said that al-amru li wahidin amrun lil jami'. Whenever the Prophet gave one person a command, that command goes to who? Everybody. So when he said iksilu, it is all of us that is talking about. For every dead Muslim, all of us must, at every point in time we have a dead Muslim amongst us, iksilu. And if it were a woman, iksilnaha. Ibn Hazm said, rahimahullah, وَإِيجَابُ الْغُسْلِ هُوَ قَوْلُ الشَّافِعِي وَدَاوُدَ. Saying that to wash the cups is compulsory. That is the view of Al-Imam al-Shafi'i, and that is the view of Al-Imam Dawood al-Zahir. Ikhwa, there are some statements later amongst the scholars that shows as if that some scholars say that it is not compulsory. But one of the scholars said that those statements were shuduz. وَالْإِجْمَاءُ مُنْعَكِدْ قَبْلَ ذَلِكِ. Before the 4th century of Islam, there was ijma' up. No companion had a view different from the fact that it's compulsory to bath a corpse. Everybody took it as a duty and a responsibility. It is in the 4th century people begin to say, is it compulsory? Is it not compulsory? The ulama said that's khilaf. Some scholars said that. Like Al-Imam al-Maziri, he said that. One of the scholars to Abu al-Abbas al-Qurtubi in al-Mufhim, he had a share of sense. He also said that it is sunnah. Others too said it from among the Malikiyah. The ulama says it's shuduz. These are strange statements. Otherwise, from up, before then, it was ijma. It was amrun alayhi al-ijma. It was a matter that there was upon it a consensus amongst the ulama. So when he said that's the view of Shafi'i and Dawood, it would be as if maybe some other scholars like Malik, Abu Hanifa, they know it's ijma. And from those who cited ijma on this matter was Al-Imam Ibn Abdul Barri rahimahullah, Al-Imam Ibn Hazm in Al-Muhalla, Al-Imam Badruddin Al-Aini, Al-Imam Al-Suyuti, Al-Mardawi. All these people say that to bath a corpse is compulsory. You must give the corpse a bath. That was why Ibn Hazm said, rahimahullah, وَالْعَجَبُ مِمَّنْ لَا يَرَى غَسْلَ الْمَيِّتِ فَرْضًا. We are surprised at the person who will be saying that to bath a corpse is not compulsory. He does not consider it. I'm surprised. Well, what are you saying? وَهُوَ عَمَلُ رَسُولِ اللَّهِ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ. It was something upon which the actions of the messenger was. وَأَمُرُهُ. The Prophet was commanding it, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. وَعَمَلُ أَهْلِ الْإِسْلَامِ مِنْ أَوَّلِهِ إِلَى الْآنِ. And that was what the actions of the people of Islam were upon. مِنْ أَوَّلِهِ, from the first day of Islam till today. Somebody now can say, hey, it is sunnah. Do you know the meaning of that? If you like, bath her. If you like, don't bath her. Or if you like, bath him. If you like, don't bath him. If you bath him, you are rewarded. That's the meaning of saying that, no. The matter is beyond that. So it is either, as Ibn Abbas said it, that they will say, Lo bima in wasidrin, commanding all of you, bath him using water and sidr. That's why the scholar said it is compulsory to use sidr. It is when you don't find sidr, you look for badil. Because when he gave the command, he connected it to the use of what? Water and sidr. So you must use water and sidr. Must, by obligation. They go together with the obligation of the action itself. Ibsiluhu bima'in wasidr. So he said it is compulsory. The statement I just read to us occurs in Al-Muhalla. in the 5th volume, page 252. And that it is compulsory, that is the statement of Shaykh Abu Naasir ibn Abdullah ibn Baz. That was the view of Al-Imam Muhammad Nasiruddin al-Albani. That was also the view of Shaykh Muhammad ibn Adam al-Ethiopi. That's also the view of Al-Imam al-Shawkani, as we see in Ad-Durar al-Bahiyya. He has that view in other books like Nail al-Awtar, As-Sayl al-Zarrar, and other books. That's also the view of Imam Siddiq Hassan Khan, Ikhwa, and so on. Rahimahumullah. What are we saying regarding that? Al-Imam Shawkani said, وَيَجِبُ غَسْلُ الْمَيِّتِ الْمُسْلِمِ عَلَى الْأَحْيَاءِ. It is compulsory to bath a dead Muslim upon those who are alive. It is compulsory upon those who are alive. غَسْلُ الْمَيِّتِ الْمُسْلِمِ. Washing a Muslim who has died. Now he said, عَلَى الْأَحْيَاءِ. Upon those who are alive. Like when Abu Uthman died in the night of Thursday that just got past. Many Muslims were still on the earth alive, up to 5 billion. Is it compulsory on all of them like that? 5 billion? Al-Imam al-Nawawi explained. He said, it is fardun kifaya. It is a fard kifaya, it's a compulsory. It says, إِذَا فَعَلَهُ مَنْ فِيهِ كِفَايَةٌ سَقَطَ الْحَرَجِ عَلَى الْبَاقِينَ. Once a number of people that suffice. When we mentioned Zainab, the daughter of the Prophet, how many people gave her the bath? 4. They are sufficient. So he said, Rahimahullah, سَقَطَ الْحَرَجِ. That worry, that danger, that command goes off anil bakin, away from the rest of us. وَإِذَا تَرَكُوهُ كُلُّهُمْ أَثِمُوا كُلُّهُمْ. So if all of them abandon that dead Muslim, all of them become sinful. If everybody leaves that person not giving him the bath, everybody is sinful. But if some of us go and give the baths, then the obligation goes away from the head of the rest of us. Al-Imam Ibn Hazm also said something similar to this statement of Al-Imam al-Nawawi occurs in Al-Majmu'. Al-Imam Ibn Hazm also gave a similar explanation before him long ago in Al-Muhalla. So the first ruling is established clear. Go. وَيَجِبُ غَسْلُ الْمَيِّتِ الْمُسْلِمِ عَلَى الْأَحْيَاءِ. This is the first mas'ala, this is the first issue. The second issue he said, وَالْقَرِيبُ أَوْلَى بِالْقَرِيبِ إِذَا كَانَ مِنْ جِنْسِهِ. وَالْقَرِيبُ أَوْلَى بِالْقَرِيبِ. A relative has a bigger right regarding his relative. A brother has a bigger right regarding his father. A brother has a bigger right regarding his brother. إِذَا كَانَ مِنْ جِنْسِهِ. If the person who has died, the mayyit, min jinsil hayy, if he is in the kind of him, meaning the brother regarding his father, not the brother regarding his mother, no. A brother regarding his brother, yes. Not a brother regarding his sister, no. I hope that it is clear. Al-Imam al-Shawkani said the reason why it is like that, he said, لِلْقَرَابَةِ مَزِيَّةٌ وَزِيَادَةِ حُنُوٍ. Al-Qaraba, the fact that we are close in our family, it has maziyatun, it has a uniqueness. وَزِيَادَةِ حُنُوٍ. The person who is giving him the bath will be more careful when he's bathing his brother. This is my brother, the same father and mother, or the same father, different mothers, or the like of it. So you are more careful because it's your blood. So there is hunuun zaid. There is more carefulness and ease with the corpse that the dead person will receive. Washafaqa, and some additional soft spots for that person who has died. Tujibu kamal al-inaya. All of these will necessitate that there is a proper attention given to him. Because he's your brother, you want to ensure that things are properly done. Tujibu mother kamal al-inaya, perfect attention. Because of what? It's your brother. So you are softer, you are easier, you are more attentive to be sure that the things are done properly. Let me give us one example. One of our brothers who passed away about 2 or 3 weeks ago, Wahid Shonibare, when his janaza, when he was placed in the grave, rahimahullah, a stone was brought to support him. One of us was shouting, no, 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 remove the stone. The stone is too tough. Put a sand, gather sand instead of stone. This is hunuun zaid. This is shafaq for him. The feeling pity, feeling sorry for him. So the brother will feel more like that for his brother. The son will feel more like that for his father. The sister will feel more like that for her mother than for any other person. He said, oh brother, like anything like that. But when it is your brother, he said, oh, let us be more careful. You know, when you want to move him, say, dear. When you want to move him, it's more careful again. No matter how much that your friend is near you, when it is your brother, you have some additional carefulness because it is blood. Don't forget that time you'll be shedding tears. So you'll be doing it carefully. Shawkani said, rahimahullah, that is the reason why he said, rahimahullah, al-qaribu awla bil-qarib, idha kana min. Then he said, rahimahullah, ma'a ilmi al-qarib bima yahtaju ilayhi bil-ghasli. Ma'a ilmi al-qarib. The second thing that, yes, it's your brother, but you must also have the knowledge. So Al-Imam al-Shawkani did not mention it at the beginning as a point, but when he was making the sharh, he mentioned it. That what? Ma'a ilmi al-qarib. إذا كان من جنسه وله العلم بما يحتاج إليه في الغسل أو في الغسل. He has the knowledge that he will use. Is his brother? Yes. He's also knowledgeable. Yes. When it's his brother, he does not have the knowledge. No. He can join them in other things. But there will be all others who are there will be people of knowledge. He will be tabi'. He will be the one just following and say, help me hold his leg, help me push him a bit, help me just moving a bit, help me collect water. That is his own job there. They will be sending him message. But as for Imam al-Albani rahimahullah, he gave another reason why brothers have a bigger right to bath their brother, why a son has a bigger right to bath his father, and so on. He said, لأن الذين تولوا غسل رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. Because those who took the job to bath the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, كانوا كما ذكرنا. They are, as we have said, they are close to him, and then they do what? They have the knowledge. Like Ali ibn Abi Talib and the rest of them, he led them on that day. Radiallahu anhu. Ali ibn Abi Talib was from the head of those who gave that ghusl to the Prophet Muhammad. Alayhi salatu wassalam. So that is the actual evidence. And that was why Ali ibn Abi Talib radiallahu anhu, Abu al-Hasan Abu Turab, He said, "Qassamtu al-Nabiyya sallallahu alayhi wa sallam." I took charge of the bathing of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. فَذَهَبْتُ أَنْظُرُ مَا يَكُونُ مِنَ الْمَيِّتِ. I went on looking for those things that we see when people die. What are those things? You can see saliva coming out from the mouth. You can see blood coming from the nose. You can see urine coming from the private areas. You can see feces coming, all these kind of things. Or other parts of the body looking somehow. We see things like this a lot when we bath dead corpse. You see something, so you quickly cover it. That's why from the sunnah is that whatever you see, you can't say it. If it is bad, if it is good, you say it so that people will like to do good deeds. So Ali said, radiyallahu anhu, فَذَهَبْتُ أَنْظُرُ مَا يَكُونُ مِنَ الْمَيِّتِ. I went on and I started checking to see whether I'll find some of those things that happened. Where is your book? فَذَهَبْتُ أَنْظُرُ مَا يَكُونُ مِنَ الْمَيِّتِ. I went on to see whether I will find some of those things we see when people die. He said, رضي الله عنه, فَلَمْ أَرَ شَيْئًا. But I did not see anything negative. وَكَانَ طَيِّبًا حَيًّا وَمَيِّتًا. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, كَانَ طَيِّبًا حَيًّا وَمَيِّتًا. The Prophet was nice, was sweet, was pure, was clean, was handsome. All of this will describe Tayyib. Hayyan when he was alive, wa mayyitan, and when he died. There was a brother like that, rahimahullah. He has died now almost 20 years ago. Abu Bakr Abdul Salam. He has died almost 20 years ago now. May Allah forgive this brother. I have never seen any human being who memorizes something easily like him. Whatever he reads like this is in his mind. Anything that he reads, he has memorized it. It took him few days, 80-something days to memorize Quran. So I call you and say, how do you memorize this Quran? Say, Wallah, if I read after Fajr, after Asr, I will just read what I have read. His brain was that time, 20-something years ago, he was memorizing Sahih Bukhari. Today, OTD Fakal, everybody is memorizing Sahih Bukhari now. 20-something years ago, it was not like that. People were still struggling to be memorizing Quran 20-something years ago. Because all these things started showing you why you go better. Alhamdulillah. We started shouting, brothers, let's memorize Quran. Everybody started paying us. Our children, we started planning that when we have children, they must memorize Quran. Look at them now. So now they've gone past that stage. It's the stage of Bukhari and Muslim now. But Quran, it's not new again. Shaykh Ali, is it new again? What they'll be asking is Bukhari and Muslim now. Have you added Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim? Sahih. That's one, two will still go. It will come from to Kutub al-Sittah. Sunan al-Arba in addition to Bukhari and Muslim. Before it was Umda. I've memorized Umda to Ahkam. Nobody mentioned Umda again now. Umda has. So Quran has gone. Umda has gone. We're in the generation of Bukhari and Muslim now. For him, that time, he was memorizing Sahih Bukhari. 1998, 99. Abu Bakr Salam was memorizing Sahih Bukhari. After Quran. Quran took him days. He finished Quran in days. I was in the house one day, just jejely the arrest. Sheikh Najim just called me. Abu Naasir, where are you? Because then I was shuttling between Kaduna and Oshogo. Where are you? Say, I'm at home. He said, Abu Bakr Abdul Salam has died. Go to their house now. I didn't know what I was doing. Whether I was crying, whether I was weeping, I didn't know. Because I never expected I to. Although he told me, he went for a surgery in Germany, he came back. I'm sure those of us who knew this story. He went to Germany for a surgery regarding his brain. He came back. He said, Abu Naasir, said, I'm thinking that my time is near. I don't know the day, but if you hear that I died, don't be surprised. So that day when I was called that he has died, this was what came to my mind. This boy. And one of us used to say it, Ismail Olajade, let me mention his name, because it's a long bite. Ismail used to say, hey, oh my, that people who behave the way this boy behaves, Ismail Olajade used to say that. Hey, Allah. He did one thing. One day, I had left the school, I was already working. Now we're in 2001 or 2 now. 2003 specific. My first article for Dean Communications when I started working with them was that article you see, bow with those who bow, warka'u marraki, about Nawafi. So that time is the new world of laptop. Laptop said the Ibadan in Shabbat. Before that it was desktop. You remember one big system like this, white, that you be pressing with keyboard like this. Wow. So they just gave me laptop as a staff of Dean Communications. So I took it to Ife. I to install Windows. So they were installing it. It remains the password. How many letters are those passwords? 25. It remains the password. Everybody was pressing. They didn't know where they kept it. One person, there's a brother now is an associate professor. Now, he was there that day. That time was an undergraduate too. Today is associate professor. Egbe Abubakar, associate professor. May Allah forgive this young boy. Abubakar was like a boy to us. Young boy, brilliant. We are all proud of him. You know those young boys that you are in the masjid or you push him, Abubakar Lokiro, because you want to hear his Quran. There's a place he reads in the Quran. When he reads it, it turns my mind. I won't read it so that I won't change my emotions now. When he reads it, there's a way he makes the maths. Let me leave that. So that day they were trying to help me install, what do they call it? Microsoft, software and all that. So all the brother started pressing. He was sleeping, Only Abu Naasir, maybe we should wake Abubakar. You will remember. They woke him and said, where did they keep it? They said, I don't know. I don't know where he kept it. He too started looking for it. Where they kept the password. 25 letters. It can be X, Y, Q, Z, M, like that. So many jagara like that. Sorry, those of you in software. They looked for it, they didn't see it. He said they should bring the laptop. He was on his bed. He said, the laptop here working with Muliransi. This brother that I said is associate with say, because he said, let me see whether I can remember. So they gave him the laptop, Rahimahullah. He started pressing the number 1, 2, 3. Everybody kept quiet. He wasn't looking at anything that he was like. He was pressing it. 25 letters. He was pressing it one by one. I was watching, all of us, we were waiting. Will the program run? He was pressing it. Wallahi, just press enter. This is just initializing. Everybody started shouting. They carried him on. They say, everyone was okay, he now has one thing. If you praise him, there's no difference. If you are insulting him, there's no difference. Whether you praise him or whether you insult Abu Bakr or Quran, he doesn't care about praising him. So when everybody was shouting, hey, for share. He said, who can you like that, he washed it off our mind. So we don't begin to glorify him. He was a bright young boy, the son of Bayo Salami. Young boy in this social book. The point I was going to raise is that the day that we gave him the bath of janaza. That was how I felt. Kana hayyan, kana tayyiban hayyan huwa mayyit. I was the one, all the other people were just watching me. I was telling, give me water, give me this, give me that. When I was turning him alone. I would turn his leg. Others would come and hold it for me. There are 1, 2 brothers too here that you may know. You were there that day. I was in charge. All this while I did not cry, but my eyes were heavy. We were turning him. Abu Bakr was like he was sleeping. Big bone soon. Rahimahullah. This 20-something years, like he was sleeping. So there are some people when they die like that, you will not begin to see that. You will as if they are sleeping. Their body will still be soft. When you move, then they move. When you touch, then they touch. You will not feel any sense of spoilage. You will not see any no dirty blood on his nose, no feces, no urine, no. Because some people, when death comes, death. You see them defecating and urinating immediately. No dirty, it was fresh, clean. It wasn't even smelling. No smell, clean like that. And they brought him from Lagos that morning. Because he died in a hospital in Lagos. On the road, he started complaining, I think my time has. He died. The point was that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi, sometimes like this, we'll be remembering our dead ones. May Allah forgive Abu Bakr Abdul Salam. That's his name, Abu Bakr. And that was his kunya. Ismuhu kunyat. His name was his kunya. His name was what? Abu Bakr. What was his kunya? Abu Bakr. Rahimahullah. He died. Very nice young boy. We had so many things. He was like I said, like as if I gave back to him. May Allah forgive Abu Bakr and Abdul Salam. May Allah forgive him with the rest of our brothers and our sisters who just passed away. Zayd came to mind, and then Abu Usman. That brother wearing blue on the pillar there. To your left, that's your left hand side. That is the seat of Abu Usman in this house. He has a seat there. I have a way of asking questions. You put his hand in front of his face like this. That's how you look around. I used to say, you have come again. You ask one question. May Allah pardon Abu Usman and make the grave a place of ease for him. Make the grave a place from the gardens of Al-Jannah for him. And may Allah make us too, because it's a matter of time. The ulama who say, وَارْحَمْنَا رَبَّنَا إِذَا سِرْنَا إِلَى مَا صَارُوا إِلَيْهِ. Oh Allah, be merciful to us too when we go to where they have gone to. We have not died. We are already sending dua across. When we go, be merciful on us, because we too shall go. May Allah forgive Abu Usman and the rest of our brothers. Wahid Shonibaret was there. He was a very, very influential person to my coming to stay in Oshogo, Wahid Shonibaret. Many things happen behind the scene. May Allah forgive Wahid Shonibaret. Very nice young brother too. He's young. I don't think he's older than I am. But he passed away because his time had come. Ikhwa would just turn to 2 points from about 5 or 6 points we want. وَيَجِبُ غَسْلُ الْمَيِّتِ الْمُسْلِمِ عَلَى الْأَحْيَاءِ وَالْقَرِيبُ أَوْلَى بِالْقَرِيبِ إِذَا كَانَ مِنْ جِنْسٍ. I think that's where we start. وَأَحْبِ الزَّوْجَيْنِ بِالْآخَرِ. We already explained the points. So it's the evidences that we are trying to bring from the Quran and the Sunnah. May Allah make us understand better than we have tried to explain. The time is already fast spent. Maghrib is here. This young person, I think, is saying, please, I wish to know the ruling when there is no woman to birth a woman. No woman to give birth, the birth of janaza to a woman. Everybody that's around is a man. What will they do? The Salaf rahimahumullah said they will pour the woman water. Pour her water while she's still dressed in her clothes. Maybe she's in niqab, jilbab, everything. Be pouring the person water. Because that's the basic rule about ghusl. The water should touch all parts of the body. So we ensure that the water should touch. In fact, Nafi' Mawla Abdullah ibn Umar, he has an athar from Abdullah ibn Umar that such a woman can be placed in the water, like a big can of water. Put her inside for some time and bring her out. That is the ghusl for her. Is this clear? Brothers, we are in a place, a woman died, nobody is her husband, nobody is her brother. The woman should be put inside the water and brought out. In her cloth like that. Don't undress her. You should go in water, but pouring it on it is best. But they have said that one too. Because pouring it on her like Al-Imam Ibn Hazm said, rahimahullah, in Al-Muhalla, it will not make you touch her. So pouring the water on her, bowl you pour. Take a bowl of water, you pour. What kind of water? Ma'un wasit. You pour the water on her until everywhere in her body is soaked with water. That is her own ghusl. Likewise, if a man dies in a place where everybody there is a woman, and nobody is his sister or his brother, or all of them are women, no sister, no wife. The same thing the women will do to the man. They carry water and they be pouring on him until all of him is soaked with water. Then they allow it drain a bit before they proceed to wrap. I hope that it is clear. Now, if it is between a brother and a sister, how about that? The ulama say if we don't find anybody, in this case now there's a mahram. The man is the brother of the woman. So this kind of a man, they also say that Al-Imam Malik specifically, he said it is lawful. Al-Imam Ibn al-Mundhir, Abu Bakr Ibn al-Mundhir mentioned it in Al-Awsat. My plan was to read all that to us. I came with Al-Awsat, the 5th volume, we can go back to it. I also came with Al-Muhalla of Ibn Hazm, also the 5th volume, we can go back to it. These matters are discussed in the two of them. Volume 5, the two of them. Al-Awsat and Al-Muhalla. Al-Imam Malik rahimahullah, he said that it is lawful. The male can wash his sister in the darura. What is the darura? We can't find a man who can wash her brother. She can wash him. We can't find a sister who can wash the woman, and her brother is here. He can wash her. But don't forget, he has to place a cloth upon her awrats, like from her neck to her knee. The brother will do that to his sister. The places where he can't see when she was alive, he still cannot see it when she has died. The difference between we and him is that he can see more. He can touch her. Do you understand? He can shake her. He can when she was alive. So touching for him is not unlawful. For the brother of a sister, we are saying that is when the women are not available, only men. It is barura. Don't go and quote, because we quote something fresh. Breaking news. Don't do breaking news about something that with a wrong information. In the circumstance of darura, there's a woman, everybody there is a man. Nobody except one person who is her brother.
this kind of a person, cover her from her neck up to her knees and then wash her. Some say they will make tayammum. Ibn Abi say, from where is that one? Tayammum is when there is no water and there is water. So why are you going to tayammum when there is water? Why are you mentioning? And Imam Ibn al-Munzir also mentioned that why are you saying tayammum and there is water? But tayammum la yusawi ilayhi inda wujudil ma. If there is water, you don't mention tayammum. Some say tayammum, no. If there is water, you make the use of water for a man who is the mahram to a woman, or a woman who is from the relatives of the man who can touch him and all of this. The man is a mahram to him, to her. In that case, a cloth will be placed in between the neck of the woman to the knees. If it's a man, we know where our own aura is. Between our lower chest up to our knees. Then the bath can be given by that woman who is the sister to the man, or for that man for that sister by the brother of the sister. I hope that one is clear. Bismillah, will come back to these issues, inshallah. I think we can call it a day here because of, okay. I mean what? All the water you will use in terms of cleaning a dead person must be bima'in wasit. All must be. There's the issue of the water will not be tahirun mutahirun again. It will be tahirun gairu mutahirin. The ulama said the Shari told us to do that. So leave that to your grammar. Do it as the Shari has told you to do. He's the one who chose that for you. So do it like that. Then they say there is no talazum, that each time you put the sidr in the water, then it becomes tahirun gairu mutahirin. They say it is not every time. You can put the sidr in water and the water is still having an overpowering influence on the sidr that you have placed in the water. You still may not be able to say la yukhrijuhu min al-ma'il min wasfihi al-mutlaq. It does not remove it from generally calling it water. So many explanations. So the explanation that will give you rest of mind, that don't worry yourself. That was what the Sharia told you to do. So do it. It does not concern you. Whether the water is tahirun ghayru mutahirin or not, that they say you should use ma'un wasidir, use ma'un wasidir. I hope that it's clear. It will not make you be talking, looking for proofs for or against the use of water. I hope that it's clear. I think we can call it again here. Subhanakallah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.